Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy, Love and Light. I wanted to share some really exciting news with you. And I've been working on project after project, trying to put everything into alignment, adding balance and harmony, and letting go of situations, and going with the flow, and being in a creative mode, and putting my words, into form so that they read excitement and they leave you hanging on the edge of your seat, so to speak, right? And a venture was brought my way that seems so exciting, and it will help me on my ventures and, push me into a better place, right? In order to make sure that my foundation is the firmest it could really be, right? And with that, I'm manifesting the funds that I need in order to see this venture through. And I was also given encouragement, right? So I have always been working hard toward what I'm doing, right? And I received the enlightening venture, right, proposed to me. And it's something that I would very much like to get involved with. And I've been manifesting the ability to do so ever since, right? And what I've received since I started manifesting was that beautiful picture that my sister made for me that has my book jacket, you know, with me in the middle of it, right? And then she sent me my profile picture with all green leaves behind the scenery, right? Another blessing, received through my manifestation. And I made that my new profile picture, right? Because I really dug it. I dug it a lot. And then, right, I received confirmations through messages and signs and synchronicities. And this entire time, and it's been days actually, I've seen the numbers 1122 just about repeatedly. And I finally looked to see exactly what was being, sent to me through the energy of 1122, because I have clocks all over my house, right? And none of them really have the right time. Some of them are stuck, on one time, and some of them just, the power went out, like the one on the stove, and I never reset it. So that has a different time, than what the true time is. And I don't really care about time anymore. So, like, to be regimented by it, I am regimented by my inner guidance and my desires and my motivation and my continuance to keep going. Because I start the minute that my eyes open up, and I don't stop until my eyes shut. And in between, I sleep. Sometimes, for a few hours at a pop, and then I wake up, and then I go right back to sleep. So there's a lot of reasons that could be, but my main focus is the excitement that I have for the numbers 1122, right? Because it's all about number one, right? Is all about new beginnings and cycles starting, and, positive foot forward, and, adjusting your mindset in order to encompass, not missing an opportunity. And then when you combine the ones and you get master number 11, that's all about intuition and spiritual growth and, deeper inner knowing, right? Because I can go to bed and, wake up the next day, and I like know more than what I did the day before, and I didn't do anything. I didn't open up a book. I didn't turn on, the telly. I didn't, research information. I just woke up knowing more. And that's because I'm being elevated, and my intuition and my inner knowing and my um, connection to the spirit world is very strong. It always has been. But now it's more emulsified, right? Like set in stone, if you will. And it's broadening and growing, and it's popping up in everything that I do. Which brings me to number 22. And 22 is also a master number. And ironically enough, that was the day I was born, on the 22nd. Imagine that. So, anywho, that's about balance and harmony and firm foundations and migrating your path, knowing that it's yours, and you wrote this chapter in your book, and you're fulfilling your destiny. And blind faith is an inner knowing and intuition and your energy field and your determination, right? Mine anyway. I keep going. I just don't stop. And I'm very fortunate for that, because my gumption, I'm told, should be bottled. But, I always thought that that was children who had so much energy, that if you bottled it up, you could make a fortune selling it. That was just like a little joke, that we used to say, my generation anyway, way back in the day, when someone was very spirited, or they had a lot of energy, a lot of drive, right? And I still find that today happening all around me with the energy that I come across. And when we put the numbers 1122 together, it's another very powerful message, especially for me, because it's telling me that not only am I on the right path, not only did I take chances and risks, and, am I patient, and I'm waiting for, the yin and the yang to, the timelines to, you know, lay just perfectly for me to walk through, right? And then, there you go. And with this latest venture that was given to me, the numbers 1122 tells me that I'm in a very good position to manifest what it is that I need. Not only for, my financial security, which inevitably will help other people, because I don't plan on keeping any of this money. I plan on giving it away. I plan on making sure that I've got, a strong enough structure that I don't have to worry about money, that I can focus all my time on you and reward you when the universe tells me to, and give financial blessings to people that are really trying and, are facing still obstacles from other energies, either from the past or the present, or, doubt sometimes plays in, but just to let you know that you're on the right route, and that you're not, wasting you're not bicycling in place, that you're actually going somewhere. And I know that I received the blessings through other people on my venture, right? On my road. And it did help me along my way, because it gave me added, not so much financial security, but it gave me more spiritual acceptance, right? That the love of Christ, right? Christ's consciousness lives in so many people, and you just may overlook it because you might not think, because of an appearance. But you should never judge a book by its cover, ever. Never. I learned that a very long time ago, because you don't actually know what their content is or where they had to go in order to get where they are, right? And that's another part of the energies of 1122, because you're trusting in the blind faith that you're resonating the sensation of, right? Like you started heading in a direction and it feels right, and then opportunities start coming to you and you need to decide, are you going to engage? Are you going to figure out a way? Are you going to continue to think positively that it is an achievable, doable situation, and that with the help of love and light and positivity and forward motion and clear intent and, resilience and, determination and all of those gumption things that keep you motivated and going, because you know where you're going, it's already there and it's waiting for you to get there. I see my vision and I know what I'm walking into. I also know that the opportunities that are being provided to me, whether they seem small or seem large, right? They're opportunities that I manifested to be put in place in order to receive the assistance that I need from either me, right? By finding a way, by manifesting the abilities, by the universe gracing me with blessings, or with, just knowing that because I am choosing to walk in the clearest, most loving intent, and not for self, but for all, right? There's nothing that's only harboring, like for Wendy. I've actually never, took off the top and said, okay, here, you can have the rest. I would, here, here. And whatever was left was for me to keep. And if there was nothing left because there was so many in need, well, it's okay, because I've lived on nothing except the love of Christ consciousness mostly all of my life. And it's a very loving, warm place to be. And that right off the bat is abundance in the form of peace. And that's priceless. So these gifts, they come, and whether you receive the value behind the gift that you're given is yet to be seen. I'd really like to know how you perceive what it is that you may, attract through your manifestations, the way you walk, how you move, with your clear, positive, loving intent. And is it just to service you, or is it to service the all? I'm quite curious. And it's okay, whatever your answer is. Because what I do know is that we all wrote a story that we wanted to learn and grow from. And if your story was learning how to get over the materialistic hold that sometimes comes along with parts of different aspects of abundance that you might be receiving, right? Because it's a vast thing. Like, you could love too much, you could give too much, you can hoard too much. Do you know what I mean? In excess of one thing or in one area is really no good. Just like, you could constantly, get but never give. That's not balance. That's not harmony. That's not uplifting. And that certainly doesn't serve, but it does come with value and lessons. And I am shining the light so bright that whatever space, whoever may be watching, could be in, that you could clearly see where your new beginnings could start and how you could get there. And if you're already on your journey and you've begun starting your new cycles, understand that they're really going to go into fruition come October, right? Because that's a 1. There you go. There's that number again, where new beginnings are prevalent. And, we are still, I am filming this in, the mid part of September, and that is a 9-month, right? Which is all about endings. So do take advantage and tie up all your loose ends. And if you need help along your journey, please reach out, because no matter where I am, I always have time for you. There is always room in my schedule to include you. And time, like I said, is pretty much linear. And all that means is that I make room in my life, in my existence, within my space, for everyone. The divine says hello. That feather is tickling my nose again. Or who knows, maybe it's my spirit team. Could be either or. But what I do know is that encouragement is being sent not only to me, but to you too. And I'm receiving so much of it that it's easy for me to share it. And I am sending you waves of encouragement, love, light, the ability to see clearly, to feel the sensations, to resonate with your energy, to spiral up to your highest consciousness. Embark on the energies of 1122. Join me. Let's spread all the light and all the love and all the faith and all the encouragement, and offer the receiving, right, of all the beginnings that are flooding your way with the opportunities that you're manifesting, that they come easily and effortlessly, and that you don't miss any of them. And I am very blessed to be on the receiving end. I got 2 pictures and a huge amount of confirmations. And I know I'll be able to work this newest venture into my foundation. So it will be super strong, right? Freakishly firm, however you want to look at it. But there'll always be room on it for you, my lovely collective. Whatever you do, I love you. And I encourage you to embrace the energies of 1122. Love and light.